I like click subscribe. Do I? You already know what time it is. It's Netflix time. Vincenzo, episode 8. You already know what it is. Spoiler alert. Let's get it. So where we last left off, the tenants were stomping niggas out. Police got them niggas jailed, but both sides are claiming their case. But it's made official when my mans come in with the video footage, and they all sitting at the table eating, talk about how they deliver beatings. Me hung on the other side is sitting with the chief about to cash in that favor. What favor is that? You'll see in a minute. Then we get a nice little Vincenzo moment. Our tenants are so popular all of a sudden, they doing commercials. They got a camera crew at their place and everything. Talking about their establishments and how they whip niggas ass on the street. Meanwhile, Sehun's growing frustrated. Fortunately for them, Mihun's come up with something. At least for her sake, she better hope she had. And then they both meet up with Vin and Chai. And best believe, words get exchanged. And the beef is really highlighted between Mihun and Chai. The shit that got really real now. See, because of the trial and burning down the facility, Vin and Chai have the upper hand right now. But they don't know what Mihun has planned up her sleeve. Meanwhile, Wang takes his position to fire these three guys because they can't get any bank loans or statements or anything like that because of the case and whatever happened. He straight up verbally abuses them. And physically, smacking them with hockey pucks and beating them. He gets back in the car and there's a gift handed to him. It's a revolver with a bunch of bullets. He ready to go shoot niggas. Alright, so you wanna know what happened to the gang that was locked up? The Babel company ended up freeing them, but Sehun stuck them motherfuckers in a freezer. Yeah, I think they're pretty much gonna die in there. Well, you guys had your run. And then Mia pulls a trump card. Who's she calling? This guy named Wang, who's the president of a certain bank. Her plan is to get him to merge the bank with the Babel company so they can regain some more money and power. But he ain't really feeling that shit, so you know Mihun's going to have to do some convincing. Later on, Vin and Chai get a call to the hospital to see his mom. Obviously, she's not really doing too good. They said she doesn't get the treatment. At best, she only has a couple more days to live. And he still hasn't told her or Chai that that's his mom. You can tell she's concerned about Vin, but she really don't know what's up yet. Back at Babel, Wang comes face to face with Mihun. So basically his background is, he dates guys and abuses them, but because he's so powerful, they never came forward about anything. And there's one case they have dismissed, but if he doesn't work with them, Mihun has the power to open that case right back up. So he's basically being blackmailed to merge with Babel. But they still got time before the official signing. And of course our squad hears about it, so they gotta come up with a plan to stop all this. But between all that, Vin meets up with Cho. He talks about getting some type of iris lens that's gonna make it easier to open up the safe and get the money or the gold or whatever from. But that's gonna be put on hold for a little while. Then we got one of the tenants coming back with digging equipment, and the cops trying to figure out what is he doing. But obviously we know he's gonna try to look for the gold. Then Wang gets a call and he goes to visit Vin's mom. Oh shit. So it turns out when she went to jail a while ago, the guy that they said she killed was actually Wang's father. Then all of a sudden Chai comes back. Then Ma tells Wang to come here. She has something to whisper in his ear. Then she grabs him by his head, tries to choke him out and shit. Chai has to pull him off of her. He's like, whatever, I'm gonna let this shit slide only once. Then they hear about all this possible merger stuff on the news. So as they're coming up with a plan, they found out that Wang only messes with boys, right? So they come up with a plan to try to infiltrate Wang to get close to him, whatever like that, to get his secrets and blah blah blah, and make sure he stopped the merger. And Chai decides that they're gonna use Vin as bait to get him. They're gonna use Vin to act like his lover. That face says it all right there. He's like, man, fuck that shit. Chai convinces him like, come on, you're doing it for justice, you're doing it for the greater good. He hates the idea, but she sweet talks him into it. So as Wang spending time with the horses one day, here comes Vin putting the charm on. Instantly, he's mesmerized. And honestly, so is Shy, as she's supposed to be looking on in the background undercover. And then for a second while he's alone in the stable, Shy gives him some more encouragement because Vin feels like he can't do this. And she's dancing around, almost gets kicked by a horse, and then we get one of those moments where he saves her and all that. Like I said, it's subtle, but you can tell they're getting closer. Back to the mission at hand, he's sweet-talking Wang, getting him drinks and all that stuff. But as he pulls him closer, he tells Vin about how his father died. Come to find out, his mom was the one that actually killed his father, but the maid ended up taking the heat for it. The maid, of course, in this scenario, is Vin's mom, who is at this moment dying of cancer and still doesn't know that's her son. And they're looking over the distance, making sure the shit pans out. Meanwhile, the tenants are looking for the spots where the gold is, and acting like they not when other people showing up. Really, Chef? You gonna act like you're not looking for gold and you got a fucking metal detector in your hand? Anyway, Vin promised Wang to go to a carnival on the weekend. They ride merry-go-rounds. Chai and them getting a kick out of this shit. Got that look like, yeah, I'm gonna get y'all motherfuckers. But as they're walking around, yeah, somebody dressed up like a zombie, right? And we find out Wang is scared to death of zombies. Something happened to him when he was a child or something like that. So after it's all over, Vin acts like something's wrong, but then he's like, forget it. Then he brought up something that had something to do with business. And they established earlier that they didn't want to have a business relationship. So Vin acts his ass off and he's like, I can't do this to you, Wang. I'm sorry. And then he leaves. Next day he's back at the office. Wang's sitting outside the office talking about, I love you. Can we just talk about this? He sat out there all day and all night. Vin finally shows up. And Wang, quote unquote, loves him so much that he's like, we can make our business and personal relationship. Anything you want to know. And all Vin wanted him to do was to divulge information. Then we get the scene with Seo and his brother. He's like, nigga, who gave you the authority to fire those 3 businessmen? He got that oh shit look on his face. He's like, I'm just fucking with you. I was gonna fire their ass anyway. But next time, don't be doing shit without my authority, nigga. And then Sehun and everybody getting ready for the merger. But as they're sitting down, Mihan notices somebody. Yeah, Chai's in the upper deck, nigga. You know they looking like, man, ain't nothing good coming from this shit. Well, anyway, it's time for the merger. Why is Wang turned around backwards? Just so he can turn back around and pose and shit. So ridiculous. And then Vincenzo makes his appearance. So when he was out in the rain, Vin was like, hey, prove your integrity to me and don't sign to the competition. Don't sign your company away. So he's going off the power of love that Wang doesn't sign up with the Babel company. No, legitimately, he sends an I love you text and shit. And he's feeling him so much. When it comes time to sign, he refuses. Seihan is about to fucking snap. Li Wang's like, what the fuck is going on? Look at Vin disingenuously clapping and shit. Chai gives Mihan the middle finger salute. They got over on you. But why is Mihan so calm all of a sudden? What's going on? Oh shit, Wang's mom is in attendance. Oh shit, Mihan had the trump card. And mom signs on the dotted line making the merger complete. Then it flashbacks to a conversation that Mihan and Huang's mom had. And she basically blackmailed her into the company just in case her son fucked up. Yeah, Mihan's definitely about that life. Huang's dejected and he gets escorted out by some security guards. Chai's pissed off. Vin's like, alright, I gotta hand it to you. Well played. So obviously Mihan feeling herself right now. But while that's taking place, the security guards end up kidnapping Huang. And they end up tossing him in his room. Wait a minute. Those are security guards? Those are the tenants. What's going on here? What do they got planned for Huang? Then all of a sudden the lights turn red in the room. Alright, so we get a flashback. Remember a while ago when the tenants were practicing to be zombies for the Train to Busan 2 or whatever like that? Well, Vin was watching them practice that day. I think I know where we're going with this. Yep, they're dressed like zombies. Then they all start coming out their lockers. If you're already afraid of zombies, I can't even front. That looks horrifying. He's scared to death. He thinks he's about to get eaten. And then the security guards are outside making noise, and when people walk by, they think it's just them. But our heroes did get one-upped on. Feeling yourself a lot, aren't you, Mihan? Then Wayne comes busting out the locker room with all this blood on his face and stuff. Keep in mind, it's a ridiculous camera crew out there. It's a bunch of people. Then the mom is like, what the heck is going on around here? He gets on his hands and knees and starts crawling towards Vin once he sees him. Then all of a sudden the police come and say he's under arrest. And because he told Vin, he gave the police the information and he's going to get locked up. So even though they did merge the companies, Vin and Chai still got a small victory. And now it's time for the face-to-face. Li Wang almost loses his cool, but Seihan calms him down. Back and forth competition, banter. But then Mihan says something about Chai's father. Oh man, this shit that got serious now. She's like, I'll smear his name in dirt and death, and I will do the same to you. Then it just builds up the tension. You know Chai's ready to kill this bitch. And because she's got a certified G by her side, that might possibly happen. Yeah, the shit's on. It's real. It's really real. And that's episode 8 for you. Beef, beef, and more beef. Slink easy out the easy. You already know what it is, mister. Big. Who the goddamn slogan?